So why am I still happy? Well, I grew up on a farm in north central Minnesota, and I remember 12 years old, I loved to jump on my favorite horse, Kojo, every day if I could. And I remember saddling up my horse by myself and jumping on and going, and I loved to go fast. I even remember with my dad would drive the pickup truck on the dirt road next to me, and I would, as fast as I could across the field, go to a gallop and then to a run and shout to my dad. My dad shout back to me, 25 miles an hour, 30 miles an hour. I'd see if I could break my time racing that horse, and we were friends. I loved that horse. And then one day, in the middle of June, the alfalfa was in bloom and it was growing, it was beautiful, and alfalfa is just green, lush. It becomes hay that you feed to horses all year long, but we irrigated that alfalfa. And on this day, I was just riding by myself. My dad was on an irrigator working on it, maybe a quarter mile away. And I started trotting, and then I started galloping, and then I started running the horse as fast as I could. And this horse loved to go fast. But even a good horse can get startled. Maybe it's a snake, or maybe it's irrigation pipe. And I remember this day, the alfalfa had grown to this high, and the irrigation pipe was hidden below it about this high. And as we galloped, ran across that field, that horse came up upon the irrigation pipe that I didn't even notice. And in 1 second, the horse just stopped, and I went flying, except for one thing. And this is why you wear cowboy boots. I was kind of a jock, liked to ride horses, but liked to play basketball, and the basketball shoe goes right through the stirrup on my left side. That's why you wear a cowboy boot, so that heel stops from going through the stirrup. And my left leg went right through the stirrup, and I went flying off over the head that side. The horse doesn't like that feel of the saddle getting ripped around wrong. And so I'm underneath the horse, and the horse takes off again, and it starts bucking and kicking, and the legs right as I'm getting drugged behind this horse. I remember something terrible happening to a neighbor with this exact situation. And as I panicked and as I struggled to get out, I couldn't do anything. The horse is dragging me across the field. And then for some crazy moment, in one kick or buck of the horse, that leg fell out. And I lay in that alfalfa, and it knocked the wind out of me. So but once I caught my breath, I just lay there and like, I'm okay. And I stood up, and my dad by then had walked across the field toward me and grabbed the reins of the horse and stood there and waited. And he didn't say much, but I knew exactly what I had to do. Because with a horse, if you don't get back on the horse, if it wins, if it bucks you off, or if it runs away, they call it a runaway, then it might do that over and over and over, and they call it ruining the horse. So you got to get back on. And I remember with tears in my eyes, 12 years old, walking over to that horse, knowing what I had to do, and getting back on, and he handed me the reins, and I, shaking, walked that horse back home to the barn. And why am I happy today? Well, I'm happy I'm here, but I'm happy that happened because it inspired me. My dad inspired me about what happens when you get back on the horse. And we have a great opportunity today. I don't know what you're going through. Some have tragedies, both health-wise in their family, financially in their family, but we do have the opportunity to get back on the horse. This opportunity to speak, to share our mission in new ways, to pivot, to not just react, but to be a part of changing the world for good, to ride again. And I'm happy because of the hope I have, because of the opportunity we have. And so I know Prager research found the #1 trait of the happiest people in the world was not amount of money they had, not what color skin they had, not what hemisphere they're born in, but this trait that they're grateful. So I suppose I'm happy because I'm grateful. If you like that, subscribe to our YouTube channel or go to trustedge.com for more free resources and tools.